The Northeast Corridor, or the area between Boston and Washington, D.C., is one of the most populated areas in the country. It is also one of the busiest for all modes of travel, especially air travel, with many large airports located within it. But what is it like to fly through the Northeast Corridor with so many flights crisscrossing it? Today, I am taking a flight from Boston to Baltimore to find out. I'm flying on Delta today, which means flying out of Terminal 1. Check-in and security were a breeze, as always in this terminal, and I've never seen a line while flying out of Terminal 1. The other terminals in Boston are a different story, as you can see in several of my other videos where I have flown out of Terminal 2 for the contrast. Once past security, there's a good variety of restaurants to grab a bite to eat, and a good number of convenience marts to stock up on any snacks or any forgotten essentials. Soon after I made it to my gate, my plane arrived to take me to Baltimore. It was an E-175 regional jet, just like all of Delta's flights on this route. On board, it sports 76 seats with 12 first-class recliners, and check out a video I did on those a few months back, and then 64 economy seats with 20 extra legroom seats in front of 44 regular seats. Each seat is well padded and very comfy. They are quite wide, with each seat being 18.3 inches wide and having a recline of 3 inches. And each seat sports an adjustable headrest, a rarity on E-jets in the United States, with Delta being the only carrier to have them, except for a few new E-jets that American has fitted with its newest cabin. The legroom is good, with each seat having 31 inches of pitch. The seat back also has a full-size tray table and a literature pocket with the safety card. As there is no bar between the seats, there is plenty of room for a backpack and your feet, even with a neighbor. Once everyone was settled in, we pushed back for an on-time departure from runway 33 left. Once in the air, the flight attendants began their in-flight service, as these flights only take about an hour, so they need to start soon after takeoff to ensure that everyone is served. I went with my usual choice aboard Delta's E-Jets, a bag of sun chips, and a water. For a 1 hour flight on a regional jet, this is a good offering. The sun chips are always tasty. As we cruise along the Northeast Corridor, let's dive into some details on air travel in this region of the US. Over 45,000 daily flights operate in the region, with some hours seeing upwards of 2,000 flights across all these airports. This leads to some incredibly congested airspace, as the distance between DC and Boston is less than 450 miles. This congestion can lead to delays, especially at airports like Newark that simply can't handle all the flights that the airlines want. Although slot or congestion delays happen, especially around New York City, they surprisingly don't happen as often as I would expect. The biggest indicator of all the traffic is the sometimes very interesting routing that ATC sends planes to avoid airspace congestion. Flights often go out into the Atlantic or quite far west before looping back in towards their destination, which can lead to longer flight times and some very wonky looking Flight Radar 24 flight paths. The best part about flying in through this region is all the competition. Pretty much every major airline flies between cities in the region, and all this competition leads to very cheap airfares. It is not uncommon for me to find flights under $100 within the region, even on carriers like Delta, who are notorious for being more expensive than other airlines. The one thing that I think would make this region better is a high-speed rail system. This area in the country is perfect for high-speed rail, and even though Amtrak has their Acela service, which I will be covering in an upcoming video, it's just not good enough. A good, true high-speed rail system would really help these airports become less congested, because it will remove all this regional traffic that's present because rail is so terrible. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons, and I will see you all on my next trip.